Second day of the ASACAP summer camp, and I woke up to the news. It's not really true. I lay down in Shavasana at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was looking at the news headlines. And oh my goodness, today we have to talk about the presumed almost certain death of Mike Lynch. Who is Mike Lynch? Mike Lynch was the founder, principal shareholder of a British technology company called Autonomy. And Hewlett Packard, back in 2011, confronted with an ex-growth model and appointing an MBA, and I think he was German, chief executive. He came in, and so he decided to hive off all the printers, separate it, and then he bought Autonomy, he bought growth. And Autonomy was the best performing stock in the UK for 20 years. Now, I did UK equities, and to this day, I couldn't tell you what Autonomy did. I think it was a precursor for some kind of AI, but it was, I think, database organization and management and search facility for gigantic companies. And there'd always been a little bit of whiff about their aggressive accounting. Anyway, the market hated the deal. They got rid of the chief executive and they brought in, is it Meg Whitman? Yeah. And she's like, and she looked at the books and she said, this company's been cooking the books. So they paid $12 billion for it. And the following year, they did a write-off of $9 billion. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then they went, we're coming after you. And the US government got involved in a big criminal fraud. And so this guy, Mike Lynch, since 2012 until last night, had been, he wasn't on the run. He got cuffed and taken from the UK, and he was under house arrest in San Francisco. Now, they went after initially lower level management, and these guys got taken out and they got incarcerated. But the US government actually revealed its defense. And so Mike sat there with Autonomy, his database, because you can imagine with a case like that, it's enormous. And they got clearly, this is where they're coming after us, and they rehearsed and they perfected. And like the chances that they would win were like so tiny, and they won.
Wow.
And so a month...
I don't remember this story at all.
I know. So like a month ago, he got released. They took the buckle off. They're like, you're a free man. And Mike's like, oh yeah. And he looks like a British accountant or whatever. He's very humble, has a house in Chelsea. And the British press had been, it was a great story that I fought the law and I won. You know, the clash, I fought the law and the law won. This is the opposite. So imagine, like my heart was like, what the hell just happened? Because he, again, past tense, unfortunately, he had an astonishingly beautiful sailboat, which had the world's largest mast.
Okay.
It was 55-meter hull, big boat. It takes 12 clients and 10 crew. And he takes all of his, like the professionals who'd helped him and stood by him to clear his name. He takes them onto the boat with his family. And they had a jolly evening, and they retire to the luxury cabins and they go to sleep. Okay. And off the coast of Sicily, a freakish tornado comes out of nowhere, takes the boat. All the passengers that were in the cab, the thing went down immediately.
Oh, it sank.
And they didn't get out. It's gone. Wow.
I haven't heard of this stuff.
The Italian divers went down this morning, 55 meters. They can't get in because of the debris floating, but it's intact. The crew who were on, and they were on the deck, they survived. Wow. Yeah. Now, so that's a wild story, right? Yeah. At the same time, Mike's number two, and he was charged with Mike. You know, they were both prosecuted together, and he was found. He was cleared. So yesterday, he's getting back into condition. He's getting fit. He's running. He's jogging. 5 miles. 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 You know where this is going. He's jogging. Why do people jog beside roads? It's like really, really stupid. I mean, why do you jog? Jog's not good for you. Jogging's not good for you. Anyway, this is really not good because a car hits him and he's dead.
Oh my
Is that
God.
crazy?
The two principal characters are now dead. Okay.
Well, missing, they say.
Well, Mike's missing.
Missing, technically speaking.
Will we ever find Mike's? So first of all, it's a great tragedy. And Mike lost his daughter.
His daughter was with him.
18-year-old. She just graduated from school, and she was heading off to.
She was on the boat with him.
She was on the boat, and the mother was on the boat, and she survived. But the kid and Mike have gone, and then they had the chief executive of Hiscox, which is a large insurance company in London. He's gone. His wife's gone. The head of Morgan Stanley London, he's gone. Right, but it's like. Is that just some weird cosmic karma? But the two guys on the same day? Yeah. I mean, it's not the US government. I mean, it sounds like putain retribution. It's like someone coming in saying, I'm taking you guys out. You cannot win.
Yeah.
It's insane. And a tragedy.
I can't, I lived in San Francisco for 20 years and I don't even remember this story at all.
I did UK equities and I couldn't tell you what autonomy was. You know?
That's crazy.
But when I worked at Baillie Gifford, we bought it at the IPO and we were the biggest shareholders. It was just an astonishing company.
And so were any other boats in the area like?
Well, you know, I mean, this is mid-August. This is like, you know.
No, but did any other boats go down or anything in this big storm? Just this one.
And I'm not even sure they actually have it was so sudden and it was like a flash tornado. Wow. That I'm not even sure it's on the map. It's just the captain's like, this thing came from nowhere. And everyone's like, what the hell? But I think was it 454 feet, the mast?
Wow.
It's enormous. And it broke and it pushed the boat onto its side and then it went down so fast. So, what's the moral of that story?
Don't go on a sailboat.
Don't go on a sailboat. Tracy?
I don't know. I still think maybe there's some nefarious thing going on behind the scenes. So
if I was a journalist, I'd be like, this is my Pulitzer. Yeah. I'd be getting a cigarette. I'd be getting a big glass of whiskey and I'd be on the phone and I'd be like, guys, we got the story of a century. The lesson I take is the survivors were high. Survivors were high on the deck. And what do I keep saying, people? If you want to see the future, if you want to survive, stay high. Yeah. That's
very apropos.
Very apropos. So anyway, bisous from St. Bart's. Day 2, I've yet to shower. I'm always late. I'm going to shower now. And hopefully we'll be giving you updates. And remember, 2025, St. Bart's, Acid Cap, with the team, with the dream team. Still waiting for Jesus, Jeff Snyder. What can I say about Jeff?
We miss him.
We miss him.
We miss Jeff.
I can also, so think of the situation. My email doesn't really work. I find emails very like 2000. I've moved on. I use WhatsApp. If you're American, you don't use WhatsApp. If you're on Twitter, you don't use Instagram. But we're still, you know, we're talking. Hi. So Jeff doesn't read his emails. I don't receive my emails. Jeff doesn't have voice message. What else doesn't he have? In Twitter, you can't send him a DM. He only picks up the phone when he recognizes Josh.
I was going to say, Josh is the only guy that can find this guy. Yeah. This guy.
So the other night, it's like, Josh, call him. And of course, and I've called him repeatedly. Nothing. Josh calls him. And Jesus is like, hey, Josh. I'm like, it's the acid capitalist. Where are you? So we're going to have him on Video Link tomorrow because we want to hear his thesis about, I think short term, he's calling for rates to go higher. I mean, Jesus is getting funky.
Yeah. We got to hear that one.
So tune in, folks. Thank you very much. I'm going to go and shower.